Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Administrator Bedford, for being with us today. We've discussed that staffing shortages are an issue, and while the exact number is debated, there's as many as 90% understaffing at towers, and so I want to know, or at least I want to talk a little bit about unmanned air traffic control towers, or different technology that has come along that we could potentially work with. And so, as you know, only around a tenth of public airports have towers, and even with FAA approval, they cost millions of dollars and require a substantial amount of time to actually build. But digital and remote towers are being discussed as possible cost-effective remedies to modernizing and improving the safety of the national airspace system. And the most recent FAA reauthorization bill directed the FAA to expand design approval and evaluation for digital and remote towers to no fewer than 3 airports. The budget reconciliation bill that the President signed into law in July included $50 million for the deployment of remote tower technology. So my question is, how will the FAA decide which airports to approve for remote towers?
Well, thank you for your question, sir. I was at our tech tech center in New Jersey week before last, looking at the progress that we're making in terms of certifying this technology and preparing to deploy it. You may or may not be aware that we actually have this system being installed in Bartow, Florida, and a second system getting ready to deploy in Winter Haven, Florida. And we're allowing them to sort of utilize this in a shadow mode as we continue to refine our certification program. So we have identified 3 deployments. I'm not at liberty to say where those are at today. We do have a process by which the FAA, through their sort of, they have both a facility condition index program. I'm not going to tell you that science I've signed off on, but they do have it. And they also use a similar tool for how they would want to deploy these in order to look at the correct circumstances. So the initial deployments will be on single runways, for example, as opposed to crossing runways or parallel runways. So this is going to be a sort of crawl, walk, run process as we deploy and learn to make sure that we're not jeopardizing safety. But the technology is actually pretty amazing. I'm excited about our ability to add that layer of safety and use it in ways that will supplement existing towers.
So could you see the digital remote towers as being at least a partial remedy to the controller shortage?
So a digital remote tower won't reduce our workload per se. What it will do perhaps is maybe allow us to have workers in a place they want to be and where it makes retention and sustainment of the workforce a little bit easier than perhaps deploying to less desirable places.
Sure. Well, I would hope that we could work on that together as it becomes the technology that we begin to use.
We're going to deploy it in 2026.
Great. Well, I look forward to watching. I'd like to yield the remainder of my time back to Chairman Nels.
Thank you, Mr. Bedford. I've heard,